Yeah, dude. We did that too. We had those are because we shot the drums like that, and then we did some guitar ones too. And bass, like really like you see him going like crazy. It's awesome.
Oh, right, like the string, like
Yeah,
yeah.
you see it super
Th-
slow mo, so you actually see it like waving. It's great. Yeah, that video's got a lot of that.
Right.
Cool.
Do you guys remember like what was it? I think it was 5 minutes alone, and they did that shot where he dives on his Floyd, and you see the strings just like they
Yeah,
just like fall. Like yeah,
yeah, that's
that's
fucking
sweet.
rad. And if you play guitar, you know what that is. You're like, I know what that feels like.
Right, right, exactly. So speaking of your producer, so we had Aaron on the show. I don't know if you guys knew that, just what,
Oh,
maybe 2 months ago?
Oh wait, I think I saw that because you asked him like what if I think it was you guys where you were like, is there anything new you've been working on? I think he was talking
Yeah,
about
Yeah,
Frayle a little bit.
yeah,
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 I
yeah.
want. Yeah, I saw that.
yeah.
So here we are, full circle.
Yeah, dude, that dude is amazing, and we can't wait to work with him again, like on the next one.
yeah.
Like, he's awesome.
Yeah, I think it turned out really nice. Sounds great. And I think I went back on some of your guys' early stuff, and I think you still have that same sound that you wanted from then till now. It just added to it, right?
Yeah, I told him when we first started talking, like, because we had talked to a bunch of producers and some that have done like huge things, and we just didn't feel like it was gelling. And then we talked to Aaron, and it was like just got along right away. And I was like, dude, the only thing I want to tell you ahead of time, because we get into a trouble with whenever we're talking to other people that are good at something that we're not. If we try to control it too much, they lose like what's special about them. So we try to like get out of the way. And I was like, the only thing I want it to do is not sound like heavy music today. Like I don't want it to sound like it was made by a laptop. I don't want perfectly triggered drums. I want it to sound like a band from like the early 2000s or late 90s. And I think he did exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Super stoked on it.
he's really great with drums. I've seen him even like pull out like a what do you call that? Like a Home Depot bucket to like
Uh,
to get
Oh
some.
yeah, we talked about that in the show, I think.
But
For like to capture that sound, that's wild.
yeah, he's incredible. And then his it's not his partner, but he shares a studio space with this dude named Shane Stanton. And Shane is like an engineer drum wizard. So like you put the two of them together and it's just like it's amazing. Like we walked into the studio and the Shane was like, they don't know. We're the client. They don't know if we're gonna be dicks or whatever. So Shane's like, so what mics do you want to use? And I was like, bro, I don't know. This is your studio. Use what you're stoked on. And like you could see them look at each other and be like, oh, thank God. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right. They
Use
let
the
us pick.
57 right there. Like I wasn't there for that. I
That's
was
funny.
there to like
we get to
rely on
use the
them.
one.
Right.
And it was awesome. And Aaron's like, he's so fucking serious. Like it was, you know, our project, and I'm sitting there from like 9 to 5 every day. And, at 3:30 or 4, I'm starting to get like, okay, I've heard enough drums for now. And Aaron was just like laser focused the entire time. Like it was really impressive. He's the first guy that I've worked with that you couldn't tell that he was getting fatigued because I've worked with other engineers and on records that like took we were only there for a week, but so I've done other records that took like 2 or 3 weeks, and you can tell at the end of the day when like the engineer or the producer guy's getting like tired, he's had enough, and it's like he's kind of killing your vibe. You and the artist, you as the artist might be like still stoked or got a second win, and he's over it, and it kind of kills the vibe. But Aaron was just like go the entire time and super serious about it, and then mixing like he would just send us mixes and like we would just listen to it like on AirPod. Like I mean, we have a studio here on our third floor that's where we tracked everything except for the drums. But we would just listen to it on devices that like people would listen to it. So like a lot of earbuds, headphones, car, things like that, and mixing
Oh
it
yeah.
took, like I don't know, a couple months of going back and forth. And but it was awesome. I was sad when it was over. I was like the last note. I was like texting him. I was like, "Does this mean?" He's like, "I think." I don't know. It does. But I just talked to him. I think I was texting him 2 days ago because he's in Japan right now. He got married and he's on his honeymoon in Japan.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Congrats to Aaron if he's out there.
Oh yeah, Aaron.
I have to say he was talking about that too because I asked him, when you bring in bands and it's a business, you're working with all these different people. If you hold friendships after those people are gone. And I would say that you guys definitely have done that. So
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Cause I mean, I respect him a lot and I'm like interested in like what he's doing. And so, and I think that like we were maybe refreshing and kind of maybe fun. I hope I wasn't a pain in the ass, but like,
You were a little bit of a pain in the ass.
I don't think, I think he enjoyed it, but maybe not. I don't
I
know.
think he
But anyway,
enjoyed it.
so it was like kind of fun because it's like he's outside the box of what we normally do. And I think we're a little outside of what he normally does. So I think it was like we both got to like try new things a little bit. And for the most part, we were always like stoked on what each other did. Like we just set some initial, I'm not so much into this, I'm more into this. And then that was it. And we just kind of like, he let us go. And then obviously like we just let him like do his thing. And it was awesome, and I have some other notes like for if we do, hopefully we probably will do another one with them, but some general notes, but it's just like try this time and this time, but now just go, like
Right.
same stuff. Like, but we have total trust in him, which is rare.
Yeah, and most of it was done via email or like text
Text.
because I tracked my vocals here, he tracked his guitar, bass, and then the only thing that was done there was the drums.
Drums.
So everything else was like back and forth. So it's
Yeah.
really cool.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
that is cool. He said he has like a kind of like an interactive way where you guys can like where he can place markers and or you can place markers and then he can go back on it if you weren't together and things like that.
Yeah, so we do everything in Logic, which is a software that you use for recording. That's how we made our other records and how we're writing, the next one, and that's how we do stuff here. But he's Pro Tools, and so I didn't want to take him out of Pro Tools because he's so fast with it. But those two, like once you get really familiar with one, the other one feels like a different language. So Pro Tools was like a little frustrating, and it's got this thing where it's supposed to have cloud-based session where you can like both work on it and see the stuff, but it didn't work very well. So we would just save files and be like, okay, I'm going in, I'm gonna mess around with this one now, you're gonna mess with that. And we didn't have access to the mixing file because like I didn't have all the plugins and stuff he did, but like we had like the core stuff we could go back and forth on. And it was pretty interactive. I think there's like slicker ways you can do it, but it like didn't work right for us. So we just like did it semi slick, but still I guess it's mixing and making a record in the future because
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with this album out now, what's your guys' plans if you can say or not say like do you have any tours lined up that you want to I imagine 2026 is going to be a big year for you.
we feel that way. Like we have
Some things in the fire, but nothing that we can confirm.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're usually the last to know.
yeah,
Right.
we're like the littlest band with the biggest booking agent.
Yeah.
So like we always find out last.
Yeah, right.
Like, hey, you're
That's fun.
next. We're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, the coolest thing happened to me yesterday. I was at my local record store for record store day, and the guy next door that runs the liquor store, he usually has metal on, and he had Walking Wounded playing, and like
Really?
I'm interviewing them tomorrow, and he's like, yeah, right. I'm like, okay, see you later.
That's funny.
But
Yeah.
yeah, like your band seems to have a buzz going on right now, which is really cool. I haven't listened to all your material, but I bought the vinyl for Heretics, and I'm still diving deeper into your discography. But what I've listened to so far, I really like it.
Thank you.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, same. I think I went to is it called the White Witch, right?
Yeah.
That was the first.
Yeah. So I went back to that one and was playing. Well, first I played a bunch of the new stuff. In my travels to work, that's my music time. So, but jammed a bunch of the White Witch as well, and I think the name's cool just because I did a project that's called the Whispered the Witch. So
Oh.
anything's got that in it, I think it's pretty sweet.
It's funny, the White Witch. I mean, it's like a witch that does things for good, but like that's the nickname I gave Gwen when I first met her. I was like smitten, and like I was talking to my coworkers, I was like, she's like the White Witch. I don't even know, and so I called her that to like my coworkers back before we started hanging.
Dating.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And then so you guys dated, and then were you already doing music together, or
No, that
no?
came after. Like,
Yeah.
And then Gwen bought you recording stuff, right? I read that on the internet.
Yeah, I bought it from he hadn't done music in a while. I think he was kind of burnt out with everything. And then he stopped drinking. I bought him Logic for Christmas, and I think it kind of reignited your love for writing.
and then I bullied you into singing.
He did. He really bullied me. Yeah.
So Gwen, you didn't have a background as far as a band goes, but you've did you call yourself a vocalist at that time, or you just were like the car singer?
Shower
Yeah,
singer.
Shower singer.
Shower singer.
Shower
Yeah,
singer.
Yeah.
that's how he found me. But I think even then you were kind of like, well, I have a project, I need something.
Right. Try this.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to do it with you.
Yeah. It was a project for like just the two of us that we thought, well, this will be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how
That was his
like
whole
intimate is that though? That's great.
Yeah, I mean that was the plan. It's like we're just gonna record some stuff. It's just for you and I. It's gonna be fun. It'll be great. Okay, that's fine.
And we
then
put it on
then we
Bandcamp.
record some stuff. Okay, look, I'm gonna put it on Bandcamp, but it's just for us. It's gonna be great. Okay, all right. So we have a show coming up. Wait a second. Like, wait, so and he's like, it's just like we'll open for somebody, it'll be like a Tuesday night, whatever. I'm like,
Well, hold on.
okay,
You-
okay. And so then we ended up headlining on like a Friday night. I'm like, I've never played a show before. And then like 6 months later, we were doing festivals in Europe. So it was very fast for me.
Yeah, that is fast. So
But
is
yeah.
so when did Napalm come in there, like right around then also, or was that later?
No, they just what a
That's
couple of
23.
years ago? Yeah, 2 years
23,
ago.
okay. With your last album, probably, right?
Yeah, just after because we actually would just decided like we all mutually decided the label and us that it just wasn't a good fit for us anymore. And so we were kind of thinking about I don't think we even started looking.
Yeah, no, we're
for
just
it.
interested to like, okay, let's try something else. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we probably would have. Laybear was, like Desiree, who has Laybear recordings out of Netherlands. Like, that's who emailed us like 2 or 3 days after we put the thing out on Bandcamp. She's like, I want to put your record out and I'm bringing you to Europe. And we're like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean? So that's why we had to play that show because we wanted to get ready and play a show here before we went over there. And it was supposed to be a Tuesday, but anyway, so yeah, we did several records with them and still have great relationships. We actually saw her last time we were in Europe over the summer. But we were just like, okay, like wonder what else is out there. Like how can we push this and what else could we get ourselves into? And then
We got an email.
we talked to a couple other labels,
Yeah.
but yeah, then Napalm emailed us out of nowhere and they were just like, hey, what's up? And I was, we're managed by the Oracle, which is Des Papara from Devil Driver, and Coal Chamber. And, he knows Napalm. He's been on Napalm. And I think he just put a record out on Napalm a little bit ago. And so we're like, bro, like, what's up with this? Like, he's like, oh, I don't know. They do this and then nothing ever happens.
Yeah.
So I was like, bro, you gotta, maybe it could. And so, it took like a few months and then, I really think Des pushed it over the edge to make it happen. Seems like it. So that's how that all happened. And then, they're amazing to work with and they have an awesome team with, you guys said there's a buzz about us. It has a lot to do with like their PR team and, just how they are able to, their reach, which is super impressive. Their YouTube's really big and they just they like push us to be the best we can be, but they don't get in our way. Like they're not like, no, you're not doing that. But they're like, what if you did this? You know what I mean? Like they present you with like, what do you think about what could this?
And we've said yes and we've said no.
Yeah.
It's just, but they want to make sure that you fully realize whatever your vision is as an artist. They want to make sure that you get that. So they're there to help you do that. But yeah, like Sean said, but they're also like, well, this is good, but we think you can do better. So it's like basically the best kind of boss or parent.
Yeah.
or, you know, whatever that you could possibly have. It's just like, they want to see you be the best that you can be.
Yeah, that is cool to where it's not just authoritative, you know, this is the way it's going and you're just along for the ride. You actually get your input. You get to treat it like your band, which it is, and still have a great team behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and our, the management's the same way. Like Des pushes us and his wife Anastasia, like they push us, but they're not like,
Not pushy.
you have to do this.
Yeah.
With your background in like uh the words just filmography, have you ever thought about doing like a live show, like a live capture of one of your shows?
So we have this thing online called Live at House of Wills where we played some songs live and had my friend Damien. It's just like a one take and he's moving around in between us. It was inspired by those like audio tree sessions, what I think are great. Like they don't get boring
Oh,
because the
nice.
camera moves around. So we did that. The shows, like I don't know. Like I like the idea, like what we did with House of Wills because it was like controlled and it was like, had great lighting and everything. I
Yeah.
think the shows, like I don't think we're there yet to the point where like we have like lighting and like the budget to like have the show that we know we can have. And like once we get there, I think we'd
Are,
maybe think about filming that. But like right now,
Darker Than Black.
yeah, that was okay. But like I'd rather like crush
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Uh,
yeah.
understandable.
We get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely could see a huge production for you in the future if you wanted it at some point, right?
Yeah, and we do. I mean, we're always trying to improve we've come so far, like with live show and like how we use backing tracks and like um just a little bit of props on stage, like not much, but like the candles and banners, like it's not much, but like we're just trying to slowly feel out like what feels right to us. But I know we're headed to something like fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Nice.
So how is it since you guys are, I mean, the main part of Frail, but then you're playing out live and you have live, members that you take out with you, right?
Mhm.
So is that kind of like a revolving situation, or do you stick with the same group of people? Or
It's really just who's available. We do have a couple of people that we like to have come with us, and they're, our first call. I'm not going to say who because that wouldn't be nice, but there are some people that we have on speed dial. It's like, okay, we're going out. Are you coming? And then if they're like, no, we can't, then we
Go down the list.
yeah.
Yeah, but like our bass player is pretty solid right now. Like he's a bit, he works remote and is able to go and make it work. So that's awesome. And then the drummers, yeah, it just comes down to like availability, like who can go. And we set it up that way, like and the masks kind of help, like you don't know who's playing sometimes.
right.
But yeah, we just because we need to keep going and like I'm fortunate because I work remote and so I can go and like Gwen can go. But we just need to like keep that momentum going. So we don't want to get into a situation where like, oh, we can't do this tour because one of us can't go. So we just always want to be able to go.
Yeah.
Even myself, like if I can't go, then we get someone to fill on guitar. Like Gwen's really the only person that like has to go.
Yeah.
Right. We can't well, I mean, we could like put a thicker veil on you, Gwen, and
Right.
they'll just backtrack your voice and no.
No.
Yeah, you can't do that. Is it do you see yourself ever like settling down with members maybe and having people be a permanent part if you could, or are you just
For sure. If we're able to like replace their livelihoods with like
right.
trail.
Right, that's the biggest
Yeah.
part, right?
We still have a lot of steps to go, but yeah, I'd love that because it's not easy to like re-rehearse with people, like to start
Yeah.
from scratch or whatever. It's a lot of work.
And it's not fair to them to ask them to give up, a month of their
Yeah.
time and make questionable money,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
It's just so it's not fair. So yeah, it's just at this point we're just like, well, if you're available, amazing. If not, then okay, we'll find somebody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it's ultimately Sean and I wrote everything. Sean and I basically recorded everything except for the drums on the
Yeah,
last
my
one.
friend John Morgan, who I played in the last band with, he played drums on this record, and that was awesome. He's like one of my favorite humans. So, I always like to play with John. And he's been in all the videos too. Like he's a crusher on the drums, which does not mix well with
Me.
Gwen because his drums are so loud. So we've had to get creative and get into like using E drums so that the cymbals, like maybe sometimes it's like on the last tour of Dogma, we had real kick, real snare, real toms, but all fake cymbals.
Okay.
And just so she could hear herself better. And like last night at Krampus, we had all E kit. And that's actually what I bought today. It was another module to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's for
And
you.
then sometimes like I'll stand off to the
We'll put the
side.
gloves off,
Yeah.
yeah. Just to get it,
Yeah,
because
that's a good
you
idea.
think so quiet, dude. Like yesterday we were on stage and like at Krampus they had this curtain, which I don't think we've ever had a curtain. So while we could set up without the crowd seeing us, because normally it's like we have to line check without masks and then we run off and put our stuff on and. But last night we had a curtain, so we had time to like kind of dilly-dally and like Gwen was on stage and I was like behind the drum set. So her mic is like way up front and I'm doing this and I can see the computer that it's almost as loud as how she sings, and I'm fucking 30 feet from the mic clapping, and that's how
Oh no.
Right.
Whisper King over here is. He's so quiet. So drums just like crush her ears, and like if I plug into her ears and listen, and if John's playing drums, it's like all I hear is drums. I don't hear her at all. So it's
Yeah.
like really hard for her to hear herself.
Yeah.
That would be tough too, because I feel like your band has that big drum sound too. So like
Yeah.
it's like we want it, but we gotta keep it,
Yeah. And
You need like the Phil Collins glass shit that goes around it.
we've tried
We've
everything.
tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've tried
Right.
everything.
Those things break. Like you can't, it's hard to, unless you have a crew that can handle that. Like it's just they break. And then, E drums, and then like the cabs aren't on a lot of times. Like we played in Europe in clubs where I had the cab in the backstage, like the guitar.
And you play through, what is it called?
No, I don't play modeler. I have I used to play tube heads, but now Orange has the first solid state head that I actually think sounds good. So, and it's got a DI. So the DI goes into the computer to front of house. And so it goes in our ears, but on stage, it's like you can almost, while we're playing, have a conversation like this, like on stage. Like it's so quiet.
Really?
Yeah, we're doing everything we can to just keep the stage quiet.
Nice.
Wasn't the Crush 100 a solid state, or
It is, but I wasn't into that. Like I don't like the way that those clean up, because the way that I play, like I have two humbuckers, and the bridge one is on 10 volume, but the neck one is on 1 or 2, and that's my clean. So when I flip that up, I need it to really clean up, and tube amps do that. Like the less input, the less distorted they are. But like some of the modelers, what they do is they just sound quieter distortion, and so it doesn't clean up the same way. And this orange gain baby thing they came out with, which is just like a little rack so you can actually fly around with it.
Yeah.
I used it in Europe and loved it. And then you just switch the fuse and you can use it in the US. So like I just tour with that now, and it's like super light. You don't have to worry about tubes breaking, and like it can be silent. And I can like halfway through a song just unplug the back of the cab, which I've done. If you do that to a tube head, it's gonna break, right? So
Right.
it has a lot of flexibility, and I just really like the sound of it. It takes pedals great. It still sounds like Frayle. So it took a long time to get to that point. But yeah, so we just do. And I want to play as loud as I fucking can, but I'm not allowed to. So
I was
Right.
I was just looking at those orange modules, the one you were talking about, like
Yeah, Gain Baby.
the Gain Baby, and there's another
Yeah.
one. It's like the dual something.
Dual Baby, Game Baby, and Tour Baby.
Oh, well, there's 3 babies. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot.
Lot of
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah. But I mean, we're endorsed by Orange. Like we're not to the point where we get like tons of free stuff, but we definitely get it, for a deal. And when we go to Europe, we get to rent it and get a super discount when we're renting our gear over there. But I love Orange stuff. I love the way that the rocker verb sounds. That's my favorite sound. But like
So good.
tube heads are too loud for Frail.
I feel like if I were to guess what you were playing, I would have picked Orange, just because I know that Orange kind of holds up to that sound. Like we have a friend, Sean and I, his name's Jim. They're in a band called Iron Belly, and he's got like so much Orange gear. It's like a wall of amplification. But he surprised us, because Sean and I are like, we're kind of like in the deathcore, the real polished sound stuff. And I don't know what head that was, Sean. Do you remember that?
It was a Rocker Verb Mark II, and he was
Yeah.
running it with a EST USA model, and yeah, I just like did an open, and I'm like, I want it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I couldn't believe like how much the voicing changed on it. Like it was like from one extreme to the other, you know.
Yeah, they're great. Like they sound vintage because they're a little hairy and fuzzy on top. Like so when you have like meat like low gain, it's like sounds like 60s or 70s rock, but then the rock reverb when you turn it up, it's like it's right there with today's stuff. But it's
Yeah.
not scooped because I don't like scoop guitars. I like, more mid forward. And then the Thunderverb, which they don't make anymore, is the 200-watt version, has transformers that go all the way down to 30 hertz at 200 watts. It's a 200-watt head. And so what that means is it's essentially a bass head with guitar voicing. So for drop B, no low end is ever lost. Like, because guitar amps only can handle like I don't know, probably 100 hertz, something like that. But going down to 30, that's like sub. So
Right.
you can play bass through that. And like a lot of times I'll use that to record bass because I don't like the way it records. But like live, 200 watts on a Thunderverb is like the sickest shit you've ever heard. Like
Right.
it's just, it's like Marty McFly in Back to the Future.
Right.
It's so sweet.
That's great. And anybody that doesn't know amplification knows that reference.
Yeah, yeah. Although I'm learning that like the younger the kids, they don't get my jokes. Last night was I really said some stuff that I thought was hilarious that the young kids were just like, oh.
That's funny. I wish I would have known. I didn't realize you guys were playing up here. We would have tried to make it out. That would have been cool.
Costumes mandatory.
Yeah,
It was amazing. It was really cool.
that would have been a struggle for Sean and I, but we would have pulled something together.
Oh, you could have done it. You
All
could've
right.
done it.
Yeah, I got like last time I went out for Halloween, I was fat Thor, like dressed up as Thor, but had a robe and like I put a pillow in my belly, and like everyone loved it. And the next year, I didn't know what happened to the robe, so I just used the hair and I put like a hippie shirt on and went out as a hippie, and that worked too. So
Here, I'm gonna show you. This is, I don't know if you can see it, but
Oh yeah.
that's last night.
Oh wow, yeah. There's all kinds of cool stuff going on.
all right, I'm jealous now. That looks cool.
Is it a big place?
Yeah, the venue's like, I don't know, there's probably 400 people there, and the venue's got like two main rooms, but then like a whole bunch of these offshoots and like steps that go up to this room that was
Secret room,
secret,
yeah.
and it was covered in like pine tree branches and leaves on the floor, and they were just giving girls hand massages.
Really?
Yeah, it was,
Amazing.
and that's just, yeah, you didn't really hang out at the venue. I had to like carry Miss Daisy to and from the Airbnb, and she was only at the venue. Like you were like Stevie Nicks last night. Like you just showed up and like performed, and then talked to your fans, and then you left.
I literally had the worst, probably 2 weeks, most painful 2 weeks of my life.
Why? What'd you do?
I threw my back out
Doing what?
Ooh,
so bad, trying to lift a box, but like I
Oh,
couldn't
no.
go to bed for like 2 days, 3 days.
Me and the neighbor, like my neighbor's a firefighter, and I had to walk over there while he's raking his leaves and like, Marty, we got a situation. He's like, what's that? I'm like, well, my wife's on the floor of the bathroom and she can't get up. He's like, let's go. And he throws his rake down and he came over and we used an ironing board to pick her up off the floor. And that's how we met her. He's never met her before.
Right. Nice to meet you as you're
Yeah,
strapped
yeah.
to the ironing board.
That's so good.
In between screams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I've knock on wood, been lucky enough to never throw my back out. And I've heard people like I had a boss, I think was trying to turn the faucet off on his hose. And he's like, he just fell out in his front yard and was laying there with no help for a while. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Getting old's awesome.
Yeah.
yeah.
So what do you do besides rest? Is there like, are you supposed to stretch or not or?
I don't know. I've never like my back has been bad since I was a little kid. Like, so, going to school as like a 12, 13-year-old, I remember having back problems. But I don't know. This one, like I said, was the worst that I've ever had. So we did heat, we did ice, we did, I couldn't move, so rest. And then when I could move a little bit, then I would try to stretch it out like here and there. But yeah, it's a nightmare.
A lot of like 10-minute walks to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Oh,
I
man.
don't gotta go anymore.
Yeah,
Oh, she had to go.
yeah.
She's got this thing where she like grabs my arm and like squeezes real hard because she thinks she's grabbing fabric, but she always gets a little bit of skin. It
Oh, yeah.
hurts so bad. Yeah. It's the worst.
So I imagine like vocally too, is that hard on you being that you're recovering from that, like as far as like getting your wind and stuff? Like
Well, and I have a cold too, so it was just,
right. You
Oh
can't win.
no. So it's like, oh.
yeah. And so now I'm sick too. I get sick immediately after my back started feeling better. So yeah, I had like less lung capacity last night than I normally do, which isn't, I'm not a belter, so it was even quieter than normal, though.
Right. Taking it easy. That's you should though. That's gotta heal. It's funny, so Sean and I have a friend, I don't know if you guys have ever seen there's it's Metal Drummers United, and he's got a page and he brings on like let's say you guys playing out, he might come and set up cameras for your drummer and multi-angle, and then he'll kind of like go over like the live show and break down like what's gone on, and usually interview the drummer at some point too. But he's from Russia, and he was I was asking him today, I was like, what's like, because it's cold here, and I was like, everybody's trying to stay healthy and everybody gets sick this time of year around here, and I said, so what do they do in Russia? It's like cold a lot. Do you guys have like, I'm expecting this like ancient, you know, drink with all these herbs in it that they do to stay healthy. And he's like, no, we just drink the chemical stuff like you guys. I was like, okay, I guess there's no hope then.
No. I know that like some people eat garlic.
Yeah, garlic. I have some people at work that do like the turmeric, ginger, honey, lemon, I think,
Yeah, I buy those little shots. But we did dogma though, and we didn't get sick. Like that was
Yeah, but yeah, man, I was like so on top of that, like every day with the immunity building stuff and vitamins and everything. Because like, for me to be healthy, I need a lot of sleep. And obviously on tour, you don't get any sleep. So I just popped a bunch of pills.
vitamins, not drugs.
Right, right.
Mine doesn't really do drugs.
There you go. Right, just vitamins. That's the way to do it. You can do a lot of vitamin C and you'll be okay.
Yes.
Have to pee all the time.
Right.
I think
Right.
that's
Funny colors.
I think that's one reason I'm never sick. I'm like highly addicted to orange juice. And,
Orange juice?
Yeah.
yeah,
Good.
and I hardly ever get sick. And usually when I do, it's gone within 24 hours. But that 24 hours is rough.
Yeah, but it's a fact that when men get colds, it's like 10 times worse than when women get colds.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. There's a science to that.
I mean, for sure. Like
I get so made fun of by my wife. She'd be like, "You're a big baby when you're sick." I'm like, "You don't know what it's like. My
You don't know
colds
how
are
to
way
feel."
worse than yours."
Yeah. You don't know what this is like.
Right.
I do, because I caught the cold from you.
Yeah, but it didn't.
Not endearing.
Right.
You don't
I like
know
weakened
what
it.
it's like.
Right. It's less of a strain at that point.
Yeah. I beat the shit out of it, and then you got like the scraps.
Oh, okay.
It's like, oh, okay. She didn't even fight it. So, Gwen, with your style as far as how you dress for stage, your makeup, do you work on that together, or do you kind of each do your own thing?
I totally dress her. Everything she does is me. I don't know.
Yeah, no. If I let you dress me, what would I be wearing?
Cargo pants. You did steal my look.
On stage, I'd be wearing
No,
cargo
in life.
pants? What would
I think
I can't even think like that.
No.
I don't even think you should tell. You should just do it once, and we'll watch all your shows, and
And
I'll be
you'll be
like,
like,
"That's the
"There."
At
one."
that point, that's it.
Undressed her this night.
Yeah, that's the one.
No. No, thank you.
No, that's all Gwen. Like, and she usually makes a new dress for every show.
really, I was gonna ask you if it changed, how often you change it and just, change up the whole style altogether, or, certain things you are your go-tos or not go-tos.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like long, flowy shit.
Yeah.
pretty much. But yeah, like I'll try to, at least for every tour, I'll make something new. And yeah.
Do you feel differently with different, I'm gonna say your art that you're wearing? Does it give you a different vibe for?
Yeah.
Do you feel more
I
confident
could see.
sometimes
Yeah.
because of your outfit?
Yeah.
Oh, I could see that being for sure. I remember like band room fog light or black light days where you played that much better just because you had the black light going or the strobe light.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh
Used to do
yeah.
some shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh no, for sure. Like just if you've got, I don't know, I feel like if I've got a great outfit on, then I feel a lot more confident, and so I can
Yeah.
comes across.
Can the same outfit be good or bad depending on your mood?
Sure.
So like the same outfit one month can get way more love than the same outfit like on a different month, just based on like how you feel about yourself that day.
Or the,
Oh yeah, I can imagine that being
I mean, it's just confidence, right?
Yeah.
Like that's just
right.
how you come across.
This is just me trying to learn about girls.
Yeah, depends on how much White Castle the night before.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think. I didn't have
You
any
didn't
of
have any.
none of those 30 burgers, and I think they're all gone now.
Nope, there's two left.
Okay.
He saved them for
He can
you.
count.
My daughter just had two of them.
Yeah, I tried. So my buddy lives in Redford, which is real close to Detroit, like Hazel Park. They're all right there. And I was coming home from jamming at his house, and I was like, "Oh, there's a White Castle. I'll stop there." But man, I sat in the line for like 40 minutes. They had the two drive-throughs, and I'm like, they're like, "We'll be right with you," and they just never came back. And I just drove off. I was like, "I guess I'm not supposed to eat White Castle tonight."
Don't
So I
give
went
up.
to this. Have you guys ever ate the Savvy sliders? Is that around you? Or Savvy sliders?
Mm-mm.
Maybe it's a Michigan thing, but it's like White Castle in a gourmet burger.
Oh,
Oh.
It's like almost like little smash.
Yeah.
What do you want to call them?
Smash burgers.
Yeah, but like White Castle size. What's the word? Slider.
sliders.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're ever back up here, try them. It
What?
blew my mind.
Smash burger. What is a smash burger? What is it?
It's just like smashing. I think that has more onions in it or something. I don't know. I just feel like it's more visceral.
It's like a larger slider. It's like-
Yeah, I don't know the science behind the whole smash burger thing. I'm kind of like one of those people that I don't really think you can mess a burger up a whole lot, Smashed or half pound, thin, fat. I just like them all those ways.
I could
Yeah.
probably make up a burger. I could probably.
Matt, are you a burger whore?
I'm thinking I am now that I say
It sounded
Right.
like it did. It sounded.
I just love all burgers because I'm fat.
I'll take it any way it wants me.
Right. It wants me. I don't want it.
I know.
If I ever have to
That's what it
ask you a
is.
hard question, that I'm just going to present you with a burger.
That's right. And now you know the weakness, the weight of my heart.
Food chooses you.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't have
right.
Power like Taco Bell just gets you.
Oh yeah, Taco Bell. I tell my wife it's medicinal because she's like, it makes my stomach hurt. I'm like, that's medicinal. It's good for you. Like, that's not medicinal.
It's doing its work.
Right. So so you finished the album. The album's out, and what's your guys' thoughts on getting good reviews and
We're for it.
getting the feedback you expected? Or
I mean, yeah, I would say it's been overwhelmingly positive. Of course, there are people, who are going to find fault with anything. We read the reviews, but, we take them for what they are, right? They're someone's opinion.
yep.
But yeah, I mean, overwhelmingly, I would say they've been pretty good.
Yeah, when you say too, your fan base is definitely happy with what you guys have put out here. I'm going to consider myself a fan, even though you're just now meeting me the first time, but I'm happy with it. I think it sounds great.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it.
It's an evolution from where we were, and I think that like we're coming more into our own, and then like with the band starting to wear masks, which is super fun, by the way. I was always thought that stuff was silly.
Anti-mask for a
Yeah.
long time, but then he was like,
No, I love it. But so that was like one of the things for like our OG people. I was like, are they going to be like, why are they wearing masks now? But not one person said anything. I'm sure they probably make fun of us, not to our face, but like, but I think Gwen and I kind of turned a corner, like while we were making this record, and even before the napalm thing, like we just wanted to like make stuff that made each other stoked on it, and like it didn't. We were happy with the record, and like we were really excited to work with Aaron, so we kind of didn't care. what
right.
people thought of it.
We were really proud of it,
Yeah.
and we thought, personally, I thought if somebody doesn't like this, they're wrong.
Right.
But it's
No, you're right.
it's all opinions, right? So you're allowed to have your opinion. It's just your opinion is wrong.
Yeah, right. It's not your fault that you're wrong.
Yeah, it can be hard not to let outside influence dictate the way of your creativity, like like you were saying, like being stoked on what you write. That's the most important thing, in my opinion. Like as an artist, like I think when you start trying to fit yourself into a bubble, like it starts to feel more like a job, more like you're trying to achieve like popularity or trying to sound like someone else. But like yeah, that's awesome.
And when you do it that way, like you get like it's, to me anyways, it feels like then you get full of anxiety. Did I make this thing just the right way so that it sounds like A band, B band, and C band, but it elevates a little bit, but that, did I do this? Oh my God, did all those did I's? That's what I think makes you have, well, me anyways, have like anxiety. Like when you worry about when it's made from that, when it's just like you have these speakers and we're trying to like authentically get these feelings to go through the system and come back out the speakers at just us. If we do that, then it's like I never hit you once. I get very expressive, and she's always like, it's never good. That was but anyway, so like I think we just got to that point where we do that, and I think that comes from maybe just spending so much time in the studio and upstairs and just worrying about like what each other think about it. And then at that point, then it becomes like up to you, like how much are you going to let go and how much are you going to be brave enough to like do something that just you like, right?
See, and I've never had any of those thoughts, but maybe it's because I'm, this is my first go at it.
Yeah.
Never once have I thought anything, any of that. Like it's just, okay, I'm gonna make something that I like, that, expresses what I want to express. I think the only thing that I think about is like, are these lyrics going to touch or help somebody? And I think that's where maybe for me, but it's not like, but like everything that I write is very personal, so it's me trying to get out what I need to get out. But how is there a word that I can change that might help somebody better, or hit a chord with somebody a little bit more than this other word? I think that's the only thing. But yeah, I've never.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it. I think that's important too. I was reading some of your lyrics today, and I was trying to, just because I'm not a lyricist, so I was trying to like read between the lines, and I feel like some of the stuff I read from you today had a vibe like being able to be comfortable with things that are uncomfortable, whether it be about yourself or about life in general, or I don't know, does that sound possible at all in some of the stuff that you?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, just in general, I'm not comfortable being comfortable. Because if I'm comfortable, that means that I'm not growing and I'm not learning. So I think that Sean's always like, why don't you just sit down? Like I'm always
Can't fucking sit still.
I'm always doing something, and that's because I feel like, I don't know, if I'm not doing something, learning something, reading something, figuring something out, then I'm not fulfilling my full potential.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah,
and
that's good, right? It's like
well,
it's almost like the old person that stops moving and then they
die.
die because they're not being active. I mean, that's different, but I feel like I get that.
Yeah, but then I'm sure, you know, therapists will have something to say about that as well. But
Don't doubt yourself.
Yeah, right.
Just keep going. Just
This is for you. Forget them, right? No, that's cool. Do you guys have like, is there anything hobby wise you guys do outside of the band that you'd like to talk about? Like, what do you guys do for fun? What do you?
What do you do for fun, bud?
well, we both design stuff. Sean designs clothing for firefighters. That's his
That's my job.
day
It's not
job.
fun.
Cool.
I
Really?
design stuff for fun. I've been reupholstering our dining room chairs. I have been,
Nice.
I don't know, just working on interior stuff. I think.
Yeah, look at this cool thing she put on our wall.
I was going to ask you about
That's cool.
that.
I was wondering because I couldn't see
I was like,
those.
is that a dream catcher? What the hell? All right.
I thought
Oh.
they looked like a recurve bow to me before I could see like the top part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
so
cool.
cool.
I like it.
Those are given to us by the guy that played bass first in Frayle, Frank Kavanaugh. He played in Filter, and
Oh,
he
sick.
gave us when we got married. He gave us his and hers
Sides.
scythes, and then we got the third one to go on the wall.
Man,
Yeah, that's cool.
I was just listening to the new Filter record, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. Have you guys heard it?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like it's
Yeah, I was mind blown.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, they went full like fall gent.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think it's
was
like yeah, and Frank's not in, he's not in Filter anymore. It's like Richard and then like some other people. But it's I get it. I understand why he's doing that because you just want insanity and aggression. And when you come from a Filter was never really a flashy riffy band. Like they were like more just
Right,
hard rock.
right.
And
Mhm.
so I think that like when you have a foundation in that and you want to go somewhere else, you get bananas. And that's why I think that record, like the new stuff is like bananas like that. Like, like all that
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I understand.
Yeah, and I like that. I think a band like that just like you guys saying, like we're happy with it, and that you create something that you want to be happy with. So if they're at the point where they're like, hey, we don't need to make it for the label necessarily, or it's for us, and hopefully that's why they did what. At least that's what I'm thinking. They did what they
Yeah,
did.
I think
But
so. I think so. I think that was authentic. And he's just like, yeah, fucking do
right,
that.
do something different. That's cool. So, Sean, you said Gwen was saying you do firefighter apparel. So I'm assuming like safety.
Yeah.
Here?
So, yeah, I designed all the stuff that firefighters wear into burning buildings.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty niche, like a niche market, but it's awesome. Like
We
And how did you like go down that path?
well, I went to fashion school. Like Gwen and I both went to fashion school. And then we started a business that would like help other brands like develop patterns and like the actual the fit and things like that. And then they contacted me like in 2018 and just started working more and more for them. So now I'm still a contractor, but they're my only client, and it's been I don't know 6 years. And like I don't know, like Los Angeles, San Francisco, Las Vegas, uh, a lot of big cities where our stuff, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's nice. And I mean, what a feeling too to be like designing something that not only on the fashion side of something that is comfortable or what do you want to say? Um I don't want to say trendy because
No, it has
it's
nothing
not
to do
you
with
know what I mean, but you are potentially making something that could be the make or break for someone and
for
right?
sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
When
we
shit's
get
about to go down. Yeah.
we
Right.
get emails all the time like this saved my life. I did this, I was gonna die, but this happened, and a lot and everything. I don't know. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of that, but like I'm very proud of that because
Yeah.
firefighters are amazing people, both men and women.
Yeah.
And like it's not like police where there's authority to abuse. Like they are just there to help you on your worst fucking day.
Yeah.
And they're amazing.
Yeah, I definitely could see to where that could be super rewarding.
It's awesome.
And I could also see like your guys' background though. I could see it being important to know like as a designer, you just kind of know like the flow of things maybe like, hey, this would work better because, I don't know, maybe a firefighter bends a certain way or something.
Yeah,
Does it make
I think
sense?
what it does is it teaches you just like the design process to know when something's done or know when you got a good idea.
Yeah.
Like that's why that helps us visually with Frail and also just songwriting too. I for years and years I was in bands, but I struggled to write a full song because I couldn't understand how to get from the beginning to the end. And now I think that, probably apparel stuff has like helped me have the confidence to like know what to do and with arrangements and is this a b c b or is this just a b, like there's different arrangements you can do and to like let the song kind of tell you what to do. Like I think that's something that we probably learned like through other mediums, like
Yeah, for sure. Gwen, do you feel like now that you're in this band, this established band, and you have a sound and you've found your voice, like do you feel like, oh my gosh, like where's this been all my life? Or like
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
it like a new release kind of for you that you just didn't even know that was possible?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's one of those things that, if you were a kid and you were into music at all, you always wanted to be on stage, but I just didn't even think, I couldn't even think about how that was possible. Like I couldn't, like I'm a planner, so I want to have, if I have a goal, I want to break down the steps to get to that goal. But I mean, I had no clue, right? Like how do you do that if you didn't know anybody? And then I think as soon as you let go, things kind of come to you. So instead of trying to hold too tightly to something, you just put it out there and let it go. And if it's meant to come to you, it will come to you. And it came to me.
Yeah, that's cool. And I feel bad like I say that like you just started yesterday. You guys have been at it quite a while.
For a minute.
I
Yeah.
didn't mean it like that, you know what I mean?
No. But yeah, no, it's true.
she's still new though.
Yeah, it's do you guys like so how soon like are you already back like making new stuff behind the scenes or like how quick do you turn around from after you put out a full length album,
I mean, we already have like probably 60 or 70 like song sketches that are like that we could have a record and go on that. But like we're trying to like push ourselves a little bit right now. So right now it's like we have all these fragments and like we're just trying to like focus on like what do we want to do?
Yeah.
Like what do we want to say?
Yeah. We sort
Yeah.
through them and we kind of figure out like, and it used to be like our first album, it was kind of like, we have 4 songs, here are 4 songs, but now it's like, okay, well, we can pick and choose and what is the best storyline for this particular album and what do we want to say with this and where do we want to go and so all of these things, I mean, very exciting. And we're not having conversations about where do we want to go, but these things just kind of happen viscerally.
Yeah.
There's your word that you wanted to use.
Yeah.
And just naturally, and it's kind of like, oh no, this is, so he'll play me a riff and I'll be like, or yes, no, 100%, this is something. And I think we've had a lot more, yes, 100%, this is somethings than previously.
Yeah. And I think that I'm very competitive. Gwen is pretty competitive too. And as we've grown as a band, it's like your peers or who you like are around or have the potential to play with and tour evolves. And so that kind of informs like how pro you are in your approach. I guess this is kind of sounding confusing, but like if you, I'll put it this way, like when I grew up skateboarding and in Ohio, there's a couple good skaters, whatever. But then you go like to the West Coast and people are mind blowing. And if you stay there for like 2 months, you're going to get way better.
Oh yeah.
skateboarding because you get pushed by like your peer group and
Yeah.
like what's around you. So as we play, like, this summer we played all these big festivals that we never thought we'd play. And so we're literally sharing backstages with like people that we've looked up to our whole lives,
Oh
So
yeah.
it's like as you're around that and you don't just like cower in the corner and be like, oh my God, there's Al Jorgensen. I gotta, like with the costumes and our shit, like I was just like kicking in dressing rooms and like going and like, going after people.
Yeah.
But like you start to like evolve, and then I think it's like that whole being pushed by your surroundings. Like I don't know if it's an influence, but it's almost like an energy that you tap into. And so as that gets like stronger and broader, like I guess you evolve. And I think that's what we're like paying attention to. I am anyways, is like
Yeah.
what feels right now as far as like what we've done, like what feels like what I want to say and how I want to say it.
I think there is something to it though, where like, when we first started, we never would have thought that we would, be walking beside, you know, Uncle Al or whomever, Carrie King, all these people that and it really does open your eyes to like it's possible, like it's
Oh yeah.
and previously you might have thought, oh, it's not possible, or not even thinking that big, and now it gives you permission somehow to think that big.
Yeah. I remember like again skateboarding, snowboarding, like I moved to Vermont for a year because I wanted to be a pro snowboarder and I was too tall. I just didn't end up. I knew it wasn't the right move, but having been there for a year, like you watch these dudes just like ripping, and you're sitting up at the top of the hill, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking do like it gets you like this new energy
Right.
that you didn't know was in there
Yeah.
until you were like inspired to find it. You know what I mean? And so I think that's what like I'm really enjoying about this like musical journey is it's like I'm looking deeper and deeper inside myself to like find this way to authentically get these feelings out. It's still just for me. Like I still don't make things for, oh, the kids are gonna love this riff. But like I'm always trying to just like dig farther and like what can we make that is like a more direct way of expressing ourselves that like feels new and exciting to each other, And
Yeah.
I think that being pushed like that and sharing the stage with like ridiculous bands, like and having the booking agents that we do right now, it's like okay, like we could do this. So like it emboldens you, I think, to like look deeper and try harder,
Yeah.
and not try harder in a way that like, I really hope they like this. Oh God. It's like really just looking and
Yeah.
authentically
Yeah.
Right.
Try.
expressing yourself. And if you can get
And
there,
taking more risks.
yeah, taking risks.
Yeah.
That's absolutely it. Like being
Like
brave.
inspiration based too,
It
Yeah.
sounds like such a silly thing, like to be brave and sit in your home studio, right? Like who cares? Like
Right.
nothing scary there, but like to like push yourself, and break out of like I'm in this genre. I'm going to do whatever I want right now. I'm going to take this part of like rap music and do this thing with it, and it feels right to me because I like that part. I don't understand all of it, but this part I like. How can I put? And so you're trying new things, and like she said, taking risks where that might not normally happen in a heavy genre where you're like, I'm gonna take these parts and put this together because you're like afraid, or you're like, that's stupid. I don't understand that, so I'm intimidated by it, so I won't do it. So
Yeah.
it's like kind of like taking risks like that. That's like what's exciting to me and keeps music like new and fresh, I think, for us.
I have to pop off, but if you want to stay.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Have a good day.
Bye, Gwen. All right.
Yeah,
Well, Alan just left the interview, so you guys are.
We have a whole different list of questions. We planned.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry about that.
No, it's good.
No, it's funny you talk about though. Like, I feel like two things I want to say because, I feel like that when I've gotten older and I'm still doing music and involved in music, I see the friendships more than I did when I was younger. So
Oh yeah.
you're more stoked for your buddy's band that's doing well, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then you can pull that inspiration because there's not such a chip anymore to where people are trying to outdo each other,
Mm-hmm.
And back to the extreme sports too. I once was a BMXer. I'm not much anymore, but so I do get that point too, where you're on the top of the hill and your buddies are like, you could totally do that flip, and you're
Yeah.
like, I probably can, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And yeah, you never thought you would unless you were around those people, or like you never even attempt it. So it's like that's what I mean, like just getting out there and like getting pushed by your environment, but like doing it in like this authentic way that's like it's still for you. You know what I mean? Like I'm not
Yeah.
trying to pretend that I'm fucking ministry or something like that. It's just like doing it. And the friendships and the people part, that's the part that I'm stoked most on about music is like I have met the most amazing people, and everyone in my life that like is like the trophy winners as far as like people I know are through music, or
Yeah.
there's some firefighters that I met that are pretty badass too, but like it's all music stuff. Like it's all people. And I think when I see people like that are really themselves with their instrument that are just digging in and losing themselves in it, like I'm like, that is one of the coolest things that I have witnessed as a human is like
Yeah.
someone just going off and connecting with this like their insides so well, but it's coming out through music, which is I don't know, I think it's the coolest art form because it's like you're decorating like time. It's like it's
Yeah.
literally like casting a spell on somebody, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
it's insane. It's like, how is that legal?
Yeah. It is pretty wild.
It's sweet, you know?
It's funny too, like I don't know if everybody feels it, but I like even if I wasn't playing music, I think I would be the person. I'm so touched by music and it affects my everyday life in some kind of way. And maybe that's what drove me to play it. I don't know, but I just feel like talking about just like a hardcore music or talking about new metal or a crowbar or a band, you know, something that's like I can give you a specific place, time with most bands. As long as I know them, I could tell you exactly probably who told me who they were, why they inspired me at some point, or it's just crazy how that sits with you, you know?
It's super
And
powerful.
you're doing that for people, you know?
I I I I hope so. People have said things like that, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But I try not to like think about that too much because it's still like
Right.
that's like pressure or
Oh
stress.
yeah, for sure.
I don't want to think about that. I just want to think about like trying to find like do the best fucking method air I can. Like,
Yeah.
no more-
Right. Right. Yeah, for sure. So are you guys, do you have other shows lined up through the rest of this year or
No, dude, we're done like until as Gwen mentioned, like we've been there's some awesome stuff in the works that if it happens it'll be like crazy, but we don't nothing's been solidified yet. But like, I said we're like the tiniest band with the biggest agent, so they work out all this other huge stuff and then like, oh, by the way, you're doing this. I'm like, okay, cool.
right? All right, all right. Clear the schedule.
Yeah.
You guys have one of those sounds though that like you could probably match well with any lineup. Like they could put you on some awesome shows, man.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, we do really well when if the bands are character driven at all, or if they're like Cradle of Filth, for example, like musically totally different than us. But like the tour we did with them was like our most like financially successful because those people were there to be transported, and that's exactly what we do. And they've never heard of us before. Like this was like 2 years ago, I think. 3 years ago, we did that tour with them, and it was awesome. Like we had no idea what to expect, but then we had the confidence that like we can play with just about anybody. Now, if it's dudes like we played with Machine Head in Fear Factory in Poland in the summer, and that was a little different because like that fan base is not there for characters. That fan base is there for like
Gotcha.
Right.
you know. So that's like knowing the intricate differences between those kind of bands is like probably pretty crucial. But as far as like if there's any kind of character at all in the band, it doesn't matter what genre, I think we do well with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's still really cool to play with those bands though.
Oh, it was amazing.
Fear Factory is like up here on my list of
Yeah, it's
you know.
bananas, dude. That was a crazy show. It was like in some giant venue in Poland. Like it was awesome.
They have like the best festivals over there, it seems like. Well, I think we're coming a long way with festivals in the States, though. I feel like they're bigger than ever. I don't remember there being so many festivals. I don't know if that was like just like a post-COVID thing that's kind of just stuck around now. These bigger, you know, because what's the big one out in Ohio? Just what was that?
Oh, incarceration.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's Bayou, isn't it?
Yeah, we played there 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, that's a big one. The difference between the European festivals are like in America, like it's all a lot of the same bands all the time. In
Right.
Europe, they mix the festivals up, so they'll put unknowns or bigger in a genre that you've never heard of on the same stage right before. So they mix it up, and it's more about exploring and finding new things. Whereas in the US, I think it's more about just checking all the boxes.
Okay.
It's cool to go see that stuff, but like in Europe, it's totally different. Like the crowds are like they're more hungry for new experiences. Where in the US, I think they just want to go on the ride that maybe they've been on the same ride last year. They're
Right.
going back to Cedar Point. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's awesome. They're gonna ride the Magnum and whatever
Right.
again.
I wrote it 200 times.
Yeah. Like, yeah. And not to say that festivals in the US aren't sweet because it was awesome playing Incarceration, but it's just totally different in Europe. Like, I feel like we're going to grow there when we are growing there faster than in the US. It's just, and that's not intentional. It's just like again, being like water and that's the way it is. But like European festivals are the fucking sweetest thing. And like the venues and like in Europe are like next level compared to the US. Like it's incredible the amount of money because a lot of it like get government money for like arts, right? So like Netherlands has like you pull into this there's the club in Nijmegen or not, it's a venue in Nijmegen called Doornroosje, and like they literally have this thing because there's not a lot of room. So you pull the bus in, you unload, and then this elevator picks your tour bus up with a trailer and spins at 180,
Holy
sets you
shit.
down, and then you can drive out again.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
so much money.
Yeah.
oh man.
That's cool though. It's nice to see him put that into it, and
It's
like
amazing.
festivals like Whackin' or trying to think of some other ones, but I feel like that too. I feel like even just me on the outside, I've always thought that they've put a lot into it,
Yeah, they got their big ones like Download and like Hellfest,
Yeah.
but like then like Bloodstock and we played Summer Breeze and like we played Brutal Assault in Czech Republic. Like these are giant. Like Summer Breeze is huge. Like it's
Yeah.
so huge, and like the bands, like half of them I've never even heard of, and it's amazing to just see all this like new stuff and
Yeah.
just walk around and we're part of that. Like we are part of like the hey, this band's coming, and they take the time to research you and like if they're into you, like it's crazy. Like it's pretty awesome. So
Yeah, that is cool.
Oh, yeah.
Fellas, I have to use the restroom real quick. Do you guys mind a second? I'll be right back. Sorry.
yeah, I got a jet pretty soon too because my daughter's here. I haven't seen her in a while, but like so I'm probably
Oh,
like 10
Oh,
minutes.
okay. All right.
Maybe should we just close out then?
We could wrap it up.
All right. Because I feel like we've had a good conversation here, and I do want to say if you guys come back to Detroit soon, if you remember us, just shoot us a little. I'll be following your pages anyway, but just let us know. We'll come out for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to think like if there's anything on the radar. Maybe in the springtime, depending on how everything shakes out, we might be around there.
Okay.
But yeah, nothing's set in stone yet. But it'll be most likely to be like touring with some other bigger people. I think. I don't know. We never know.
Nice.
But
Oh, yeah.
Well, hey, thanks for being on, and it was a pleasure meeting you guys. Really appreciate your time, and like I said, you gained a fan out of me, and Sean as well. I know because we've both been talking about jamming your stuff now since talking with Aaron. So
I think it's rad that you guys talk to producers too. Like that's really cool. I think we've done a lot of press for this record, and you don't often hear of like you guys or that the press people talking to producers and getting into the weeds like that. So that was awesome to get.
yeah, thanks a lot. That's kind of what we want to do is just be able to speak to anybody that has something. You could be on here talking about your firefighter stuff. It doesn't really matter to us as long as you have the story, we're here to listen. So
That's awesome. So yeah, keep it up, keep doing what you're doing because like you guys are like, the foundation I think of what's like awesome about music in America is like outlets like you guys.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
yeah, thanks a lot, man.
For
It
sure.
was nice meeting you, and we'll be seeing you around. Everybody,
All
go listen to Frayle and Adam, like them, do all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All right, everybody.
Have a great
Thanks,
night.
guys.
Yep, thanks a lot, man.